got it. Perfect. Well, there was Christmas and then the New Year.
There was Christmas. And
now we're in 2023, which, like, here's hoping it's no worse than the last one. Oh, here's the thing I am actually very proud of me of. I sent a Christmas letter this year, like a real person.
I still have never done that.
I feel like you kind of like don't really have to until you start like having multiple people in your household.
That is fair. That is fair.
Whatever people you can find. Just anyone you can put in your house.
Our friend Peter, he sent out.
That was fantastic.
But with his dog and gecko.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. A gecko. I was just about to ask what kind of reptile that was, but I should know.
It's a gecko. A leopard gecko, I think.
Yep. That's right.
You don't know, Philip?
No, I do know.
He's going to listen to this.
No.
And he's going to be upset.
That is the correct pet. We're going into a lot of detail about someone who is not even here.
Pets are cool, though.
Pets are cool. We can't have them in this household, unfortunately.
I can't have pets right now. I want to get a bird.
All right, because you're allergic to all the furry things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway. And welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast. This is session 57. How are you guys doing? Doing good?
Wait, I thought that's how we started. We ended up in this train wreck of a situation. As you asked us how we were doing.
That's fair. I didn't.
And
And then
fair.
Jeff avoided being open by talking about Peter instead.
Oh.
Let me tell you how Peter's doing.
You know what? I'm doing great.
That's good. I'm glad.
Doing
That's
great.
wonderful.
I'm doing. I did all of the prep for this session and the 2 hours leading up to it.
Right.
How else do you
we
do it?
decide to leave. We
Oh,
turn around to leave.
Exit the cave.
Bye on your plans.
I may or may not have a plan for that because I know you guys sometimes don't follow what I want you to do. Anyway, what do you guys remember from last session? It was before the Christmas break, so it was a hot second ago. In fact, it was a double session.
And
so
it was I have
we got packed.
the part 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Today is this date. 23. Right. Yes. So we successfully dug our way kind of out of the caves. And this is mushing them both together, but it's been a while. So we'll just mush them both together.
Mush them together.
Yeah. We crawled out of the caves and kind of met up where Wickliffe is drilling.
Mm-hmm.
We got attacked by some robots that tried to attach onto our heads, which was not nice.
Those were not fun. Compliance headwear.
Right. Yes. I have the blueprints too now.
You sure do.
You gave me that.
No, I am enabling
bad things.
If Nona just wants to become the big bad of the story. It would make my life a lot easier if you
on
could
it,
just,
buddy.
Just
No worries.
Be bad, and then I could just take over.
And okay, yeah. So ran into that. Found some Wickliffe employees in heavy quotes wearing said headgear. One of my drones fought one of the guys, and then we found out that we can just zap them and they go down.
It was the saddest Pokemon battle.
Yep. And then there was a big room with more guys, but then also space elephants. We tricked the space elephants and went into a large room with a giant robot and a guy.
Yeah, you tricked him by putting on compliance headwear.
And just standing there.
Like broken ones that were just kind of like slightly askew.
Oh.
And so like, nope, that's all right. They've been trained that these are friends, apparently.
Love that.
So yeah, they went back down the mine shaft. So they're not necessarily gone or
yeah, no,
dead,
we're expecting they'll be back.
They might be back sometime.
But
Who
they're
knows?
just elephants.
They are just elephants. Just space elephants. And yeah, you ran into a guy in an office along with a robot.
Yeah, because you always want to do all of your business work right next to a robot that's mutilating human remains. That's where I get my best work done.
That's where you
my
want to
happy
get your
place.
best work done.
It's a red noise machine. Keeps you focused.
Excellent. Yeah, so then we captured him, broke the robot, and here we are, and the phone is ringing.
Yeah. So there was a series of events where he was on a phone call with someone. I can't remember if I specifically told you who.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was with Emmanuel
Yeah.
Restikov.
Excellent. So I did tell you then. And I believe Claire was also able to parse that conversation was about Ernst wanted his ID card, the ID card that you guys theoretically need to use in order to use the elevator. It seems to be like locked off without.
Screw it, let's hack it.
There was one other thing about that console. There was something additional on that console that you guys didn't really, I think, investigate too much.
Mhm.
I think you were worried about tripping off some kind of alarm, but
Yeah,
there
'cause
is
it's plugged
something
into stuff.
different about it. There's like a laptop-sized device kind of like plugged into the top there.
Yeah.
So there's that. You have Ernst all tied up, and now his compad is running. You also checked the contents of their table there that had things, had two stims that are called frantic stims.
Right.
I don't know if anyone took those. Anyway,
I definitely didn't. I can't use drugs. I can't do it.
and then there was additionally a variety of notes and memos from Wilhelm suggesting the family augment themselves, the plan, like the literal plans for the compliance headwear, and then additionally memos from Wilhelm suggesting the Restikovs have ascended humanity. You know, standard evil guy stuff.
Yeah, a normal thing to write down. We have ascended.
So he's doing it so bad.
So where we left off was exactly where you said, Kirsten. You have Ernst tied up, the color, the robot in the corner that was recycling
Sure.
people for pharmaceuticals. I don't think there's a really like nice way to say that.
Drugs are people.
People are drugs.
Ah,
Oh.
amazing.
How about that? Having taken care of Ernst, he was knocked out. He got in one turn where he took some stims that you immediately then knocked him down before he could do anything fun. And you completely dismantled the color. I think not before the color got in one hit on Micah.
Got chopped a little bit.
Got a little
I feel like
choppy.
we need to just start calling him the one who culls, because every single time you say color, I'm hearing like,
the one
Red.
who culls.
yes.
I am the one who culls. Yes, the culling machine. Culling machine? Culling robot? Anyway.
You're the DM.
I am the DM. I can call it whatever I want. But I like calling it the color because that's what I
Okay.
have it in my.
Fine.
Color.
Okay. Keep calling it that, and I'll just keep flashing through the colors. Of the
Anyway, you interrogated him a little bit. He wasn't talking all of that much, and then his compad on the table started ringing, and that is where we will start. It is ringing.
Go.
Great.
So you guys gonna get that? I can also take it if you want.
Why would we?
Well,
Why would we answer it?
Shit.
because if he if it who I think is calling, he might check on me, and that might be bad for you guys, right?
Or he thinks that his idiot brother just forgot his phone like he forgot his fucking ID card.
I will say that he took my ID card. That was on him, the little shit.
No, well, tomato.
I do have an idea. I
Sure.
have seen a teenager use this to avoid talking to their parents, but it could potentially work in other scenarios as well.
Great. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
I am going to have one of my bots, because I think we have established that they have the ability to speak.
Yes, in a robotic kind of modulated voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have Juan, because I think he definitely has the direct control link, go over, pick up the phone, and then immediately make the most staticky noise he possibly can make. And then, throw in a word or two in there, Emmanuel reception, and then like high-pitched shrieking noise and hang up.
So you're trying to effectively
Dial up the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going through a tunnel right now. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
That is exactly
We're
what I'm
entirely
going
within a
through.
tunnel right now, so don't worry about it, but I'm going through one.
Yes.
All right.
We're going through a tunnel in the tunnel.
Okay, so yeah.
The shriek was an interesting touch.
Well, I don't want him to call back again. So I found this to be an unpleasant noise that people will attempt to avoid. Like not a person screaming, like that high-pitched dial tone kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to make him seem very, very robotic and not at all like a person.
Okay. So like that doesn't require anything. He just kind of, Juan just kind of does that. So I'm not going to try and imitate that either because I have the entire rest of this episode to do and I can't destroy my voice. But that happens. In fact, that the last high-pitched thing, everyone kind of winces at that. And then it just clicks and hangs up the phone. And Ernst goes, that was really unpleasant. Very quite unpleasant. Okay, so what are we doing here, guys? Am I just...
Yeah, you're done. You're
done?
You're done here. You're
All
just kind of
Can
like
you at least
hanging
like
out.
give me something to read or something, or are you just leaving me here for now?
We could kill him.
Probably shut you up first. I have a sock.
Fair.
Ew.
I don't. Are you into that? I'm worried.
not
I'm
into
worried.
that.
You gave me a
would
look.
rather
I
keep-
looked. I
would
looked
rather
over.
keep my mouth like unobstructed if possible, and ideally not have something stuffed in it. But
All
if you
right,
want
well,
me to be quiet,
there's
I
room for
can be quiet.
negotiation.
Again,
I understand there's a bit of a power dynamic here right now, and I'm on the bottom of it.
I'm confused.
Again, just like
Why?
Okay.
Why do we not just kill him?
well, no, this isn't the place to argue morality. You don't do that in front of the hostage. It's like
Yeah, just if I know I have nothing to live for, then like
the hostage doesn't get to explain morality either. Like they have again power. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to tone in on that.
like I look like I'm not in the
Again,
best
he keeps
position
trying.
right
no,
now.
no, you don't. You don't explain.
You guys can
things.
leave
You
this
don't
room. I
explain
can't
things.
leave the room.
I'm gonna take a sock and put it in his mouth.
I think the sock was a good idea. Let's stick with it.
Oh my god.
All right, now somebody else
Well, you normally
explain
tie
it.
something around or so to spit out the sock, but I'll put my sock over and I'll tie it around.
He's effectively gagged.
We make a series of sock tied together, and now it's a gag. Hooray!
My feet are cold.
Now
Okay,
I have less socks.
Do we want to be, having this conversation in front of him?
What conversation?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you hear anything, Ernst? Well, good.
Love that for him.
All right. Well, cool. Let's lock the door and let's leave it. Let's leave the room.
All right, I'm taking the compad
Yeah, you can take the first shot.
and like basically anything else. We can leave the drugs.
You don't want the drugs?
We have a very complicated history with drugs. I'm afraid
That's
if
true.
we grab them, you know what? I will grab the drugs and I will add them to the 5 or whatever other drugs that I carry around on me always.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Do you want the full explanation of what they do?
Eh.
Are you
figure it out.
All right, just put down 2 frantic stims and I can give you that information later.
Sounds great.
Okay, so you guys leave the this little makeshift office and butchery. You're out on the catwalk that is overlooking the sort of mining hub area where you saw the screamers last time. There was the 2 other ways there's 3, but one of them's currently blocked by ID access. There's the way that you came, and then additionally there is a path that runs underneath the overseer's office that you saw one Wickliffe employee kind of go into, and the shadows engulf them. It's very poorly lit. What do you guys want to do? you guys talk a little bit more. Are you leaving anyone or anything to look after Ernst, or are you just leaving him tied up there?
I mean, you don't want to split the party, Jeff.
You could leave a robot. You could leave. Do we want to leave him guarded?
I still would.
He seems dangerous.
He can shimmy over to something probably. Yeah, it's a good idea to leave a guard.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
so I guess isn't our ticket up? So we still need a way up, unless who he was talking to comes down to check on him. But that's probably bad if we're still here.
well, the other person's somewhere in the tunnels, right? Presumably the one way that we haven't checked.
Yeah.
So either they'll come over here after a little bit, or we can go in there and try to find them ourselves.
I guess so, yeah. We can look around, see if they're here.
We could try texting.
It's not a bad idea.
Like we have the comm
That's true.
pad, and we've established that calling is a horrible idea. So the person on the other end probably won't want to do that. So
It seems like they're a calling family, so it might be a little weird, but I feel like maybe the static was also a little weird. We can try. Do they have a text chain going?
Yeah, they have multiple DMs with each other, and then also a family chat.
posted the family
Adorable.
chat. Hey guys, what evil stuff are y'all up to today?
There's a meme cat image, and it's like us when we take over the world. It's like a cat eating lasagna.
Oh god.
Wow. Oh my god. These people cannot be left to live.
I'm saying. I'm still pro we kill him.
We know you love to kill, Nona. That's been established. Great. So I'm in favor always of the least steps possible. I'm probably inclined to wait here for the other person to come back out. I don't know what their standard protocol is when the phones stop working, so we can go in, but I don't know.
We could set up an ambush of some sort.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want to just be here when the elephants come back. So I think it might be better to take more of a look around.
I'm on board. I was just laughing because I remembered that we stole everybody's guns.
Did one by
I was
one.
like, they're gonna come back and they're gonna have guns. Wait, no, we
No,
took
they won't.
them.
You took the guns.
We took
You
their
did take the guns.
That's all.
So this is Red talking. I'm realizing it sounds a little bit like Jeff. So we want to just stick out here. We're a little exposed. If we do it here, we could maybe move into one of the other tunnels and see if we can find a place to hide behind and create an ambush there. We don't really know the outline of this place other than he will be coming here, though, so we can't move too far away.
We did hear, if I'm recalling correctly, and Jeff, you'll have to remind me because it's been a while. I believe Ernst said specifically, no, something along the lines of no, you stay there, I'll come down and get it or something.
That was how they finished their last conversation, yes.
Yeah. So we know it's down, I guess is my point. So
Yeah,
we should not
the
go
overseer's
up.
office is kind of up to begin with, but
That's
yeah,
fair.
it is. You would think that it's somewhere deeper within the mines. There were a couple of areas that you haven't checked. In that the main sort of passageway when you first ran into the Wickliffe employees, there was the well-lit area, but then there was also some darker tunnels that you didn't investigate, and then additionally, there's the path underneath the overseer's office. So there theoretically could be a bunch of different rooms or locations, either one of those two ways. You're not entirely sure where Emmanuel might be located.
Another interesting thought is we do have the helmets that are broken. We could set people up just kind of in this area pretending to be, I know it worked so great the last time, but pretending to be mining and working on things, and then Emmanuel walks past and then, haha, surprise. Possibility.
We jump him.
Seems to be the idea.
We don't know if he'll be with anyone, though. Like, there was that robot with Ernst, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what else they might have
Yeah, well,
around.
that's true, but this way we at least had the element of surprise. It's not like he's alone right now, right? If he walks up with somebody, then he's hanging out with them in the tunnels right now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like if we're trying to find him, we're trying to find him. So sure, let's do Nona's idea.
More terrifying words have never been spoken.
I think it'll be fun.
Okay, so you have like 3 of those broken.
I thought we
think?
had 4.
You may have 4.
But so last time, because remember, last time me and my robot buddies had to go hide down a tunnel. But I thought everybody else had one.
One of them was like completely and utterly destroyed by Micah.
Okay.
And her, like, she can just scrap
That's right.
robots.
Okay. So let's say
So I think it's just
then
3.
Micah, Alex, and Red have the headsets, and then Nona, Robot Gang, and Claire could go hide in the overseer's office.
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good.
Cool. We do that.
Okay. So the robots and Claire and Nona, they're in the overseer's office?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, so they're not on the catwalk overlooking things.
We would be pretty visible up there. Like the idea is to be hidden.
Yep, that's reasonable.
And so I felt like if we went inside the overseer's office, final thing is, again, we can text if we want to, prompt Emmanuel to come here. Just saying.
Okay.
Yep.
So, okay. And can I ask what Micah and Alex, what you guys are doing exactly in this area? Are you picking up mining equipment and just hitting the wall, even though there's no ore around? Are you just kind of trying to look busy?
What were the other, like the drones, the employees doing in here before they left with the shriekers or screamers? Whatever.
Screamers.
They were
Screamers.
So the screamers were acting as beast of burden, pulling carts full of these various ores. They were taking these ores and then putting them onto the conveyor belts that seem to go up and up and up into the underbelly of Wickliffe. There are no things to be unloaded right now because they finished unloading and then went away to get some things.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to be here anyway, maybe we just stand around and look defective. So
Do that
sure.
whole walk into a wall kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, we're going to look out of place no matter what. It's just about trying to catch them by surprise anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take a pickaxe and just start whacking at the wall.
Okay. Who has the compad right now? Ernst's compad?
Nona currently did, but yeah, Nona's got it.
Okay. So Red, Micah, and Alex, they're kind of milling about in this area down below. And Claire and Nona, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom notice check, unfortunately,
That's fine.
for Nona.
It's all good. That is a 7.
Okay. Claire got a 5.
God, Claire.
Yeah, she did not.
You
roll
were the
well that
chosen
time.
one.
Nona, as you guys are waiting, it takes some time. You come up with this plan pretty quickly in order to prep for Emmanuel's return. And after probably 5 or 10 minutes since the last call, nothing has happened. Micah and Alex, you don't notice any of this because what is about to happen happens upstairs, but the compad rings again.
I am going to...
It is Emmanuel again.
Yes, I'm not surprised by this. Pick it up immediately, hang up, and then text something wrong with compad. Can you text or something like that?
Okay, yeah. And so the little righty
Yeah.
animation pops up, like it's flashing, gets deleted. And then it comes up again and says, yeah, where are you? I thought you were going to come by.
I'm a little
Tied up
at
right
work.
now. I was pushing that. I could not come up with a serious thing to write because I was too stuck on. I'm a little tied up right now. I'm gonna say, got busy, change of plans, you come here.
The text responds, you know I can't. I need to oversee this right now.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have taken my badge.
And then he responds, I'm sorry, but I can't really help you right now. You're not even doing anything.
I really want to start up doing drugs. But that is just a funny thing and not a real thing. All right. Great. I will confer with the other people. See what at the door. He's not coming.
What?
Oh, good, because my
mean
arms
we're
were so tired.
Swinging these for nothing? Oh my god.
Okay.
Fine. Let's go find him.
All right.
God.
Some
people.
Are we leaving somebody behind to guard? I would recommend not one of my robots to guard
Why is that?
because they're rather easily killed. And
You know who is
If you
impossible to kill?
Are you going to leave Red with Ernst right now?
Don't you dare.
Do our compads work, or do they have no signal?
Your compads have some signal. It's not great, and it's definitely different than the compad that the Restikovs seem to have. They might be using some kind of internal network. You could try and make a call out, but it would probably be pretty artifact-y, if that makes sense. Be compressed.
all I'm saying that if something does happen here, you're going to want somebody who can think and plan and react to things. I can leave a bot here and tell it to guard this house, and then it will stand there, and if somebody approaches, it will attempt to shoot at them, and it will probably die.
Yeah, no, fair point. So just to do a head count, right? There's our usual 5, and then Red, and then the 4 bots. Am I missing anyone?
We have a usual 5?
Yeah, Alex, Micah, Nona, Claire, which is 4. I am able to count. Maybe I mentally counted Jeff and then added +1 for Claire.
I see. Okay.
It's the core group.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. We have our core 4, and then Red, and then 4 bots.
Yeah. I feel like I should probably go to where the more unknown element is of people who aren't tied up personally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll stay. That's fine with me. I can keep an eye on this one. I point at Ernst.
He just goes, oh.
Trying to make him flinch.
Punch him.
He does
Doesn't
not
work.
flinch.
Good. We'll work on that.
Oh, that. Okay, cool. Do we want to then just send everybody else?
Not even leave Alex with a couple of.
Oh, I'm gonna
bots?
with a couple of bots. Yes,
Okay,
most
yeah.
definitely.
That
You can
sounds
have
good.
I think that makes sense.
you can have
This is Red talking, by the way.
3. Cool. You can have 3 and 4 because I think they're my strongest and most healed. 4 does not do melee.
Okay.
Okay, this is splitting the party.
Yep, doing it.
4 is the battle bot, though, right?
Yes, 4 is the strongest one. And also, as discussed in previous sessions, I believe, but definitely beforehand, they are programmed to follow verbal commands from any member of the Phoenix Pham, assuming those don't contradict with orders I've given them. There's a whole Asimov's laws going on there. Not gonna lie.
All right. Well, just leave me. Ernst. That's a hard one to say. This accent. Ernst's compad, and if you get the ID and can also get the other compad, just send word.
We can also program Can we assume that Alex has our numbers and would be able to call our numbers with Ernst's phone?
I don't know if the connection works that way.
The connection wouldn't necessarily work that way because both phones would need to be on the internal
Same
server
network.
network.
Got it. Okay.
Kind of, basically, yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, it's going to like kind of go outwards and then try and come back in, as opposed to using the internal network.
Okay.
Okay. This is a choice. Okay. All right. Hold on.
Go.
All right. Splitting the party. Gotta love it as a DM, splitting the party. Okay. So which way is the group heading? So I'm going to do this kind of split here and there. Honestly, Alex, there's not going to be a ton happening with you.
Oh, I
You
think
don't
you
know
should have a
that.
conversation with the guy.
So we're going to
Maybe,
focus a little bit
talk to him.
on the other group, the larger group. But if we get into a combat, David, you get to control Red.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
we're
if we
gonna-
get into a combat, I don't know why we would, but if we do, just so you can participate in this thing that we are doing.
I'm sure we can socially finesse our way through anything without fighting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
His,
Anyway,
so the character sheet you handed me says that Red is sickly
yeah, no,
and
he's,
ready to die. Is that right?
Yeah,
Am I
and
reading that right?
He's also this is his last day before retirement.
Is his final, the last mission? before-
His last
24
mission.
hours remain.
He has 17 different photos of his children.
Yeah. Going through his whole inventory, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to mention, you guys gave him an EMP grenade, so you should probably write that down as well.
Oh, yeah.
Him
I'll
and
just
Claire
go
have
ahead and
EMP
leave that
grenades.
off.
Yeah,
That's
you don't
all
need
right.
that.
No, it won't come up.
So there were two ways that you guys could theoretically go. You could go back the way you came and go through the tunnels that were connected to the large burrowing drill, like the big tunnel that you came up, or there is that dark passage that is underneath the overseer's office.
Which way did the elephants go?
The elephants went down the first path.
I
The
think
one
I
where you
vote we
came
go.
across the compliance head wearing the Wickliffe employees the first time.
I think I vote we go the other way.
I just like to check on the nano machine map if it has like a bit of a layout of where the shadowy second path leads.
Yeah, so it only goes out about 50 meters, but you do notice that it seems to lead to another room. It doesn't appear to be another large opening. You see some an assortment of different what you can tell is just flat surfaces, raised flat surfaces, but that's really all you get right now. You'd have to move in a little bit closer to get a better look, but it's quite dark in there.
Sure.
But it does appear to be a smaller area than the one that you guys are currently in. A little bit more closed.
Okay. Yeah. Thinking we go that way.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go that way.
All right.
And I mean, quietly, I guess probably with lights off if it's dark.
Okay, yeah. So you go in with lights off, and you have this nanite surveyor in front of you. As you walk forward, you notice that there are actually a lot of these raised surfaces here and there. And then additionally, you notice that there's some objects in here that appear to be moving. You take a quick peer in, and you see about 10 Wickliffe employees doing various tasks. Many of them appear to be lying down in some makeshift cots here and there. A few appear to be sitting at these makeshift tables from various mining equipment. They don't even get like an actual picnic table in front of them, eating some kind of slop, and additionally others washing in the corner. And they're all just milling about. Nothing immediately catches your eye as to being valuable in here. It is quite run down, quite ramshackle, and honestly a little sad.
Should we zap them?
Maybe that would be the right thing to do. Yes.
All right. So
Side
here's what I'm
quests.
going to do.
Just one by one, just
Yeah.
So we zoom out a little bit.
Wow, they
So
sure
that
are
like
taking
around
long.
the corner, and you just see like flashes of light coming from the doorway about 10 times.
Roughly, more or less.
Mosquitoes like flying into one of those lanterns.
Like, effectively. And then we zoom back in, and
No,
they
no,
are
no.
all incapacitated.
Hooray! All right,
Nona
cool.
and Micah are also
Other way it is.
unconscious.
Other way it is.
We are going to be keeping our eyes and ears and everything peeled for the return of the screamers.
This room is a lot smaller than what a screamer could actually theoretically go through.
No, okay. We were a little bit confused because my understanding is this is a dead end. Yeah,
Oh, I apologize. I didn't fully.
this is not a dead end.
That's not a
Okay,
That was also my
Different.
impression. Okay.
Apologies. I did forget. There is an opening on the other side of this.
Oh,
All
tiny
right.
detail.
So
The wall is not real.
let's just say I sometimes don't write the paths back out of, and I was kind of expecting you to maybe go through another way,
Sure,
and
You
then
know.
got it.
I write the places where you go to, but not necessarily come back from, and I forgot. This is connected to
How
another area.
convenient.
Fantastic.
Sure.
And this area, as you look out, it does appear to be almost like a maze-like mine. Very tight quarters, turning left and right very quickly. And you notice that there are just strips of the wall just torn out, likely housing at one point in time some precious ores that were harvested. So this appears to be the older parts of this particular mine. Can I have the order in which you guys are going through this?
Sure thing. Can we go 2x2 or is it a 1x1 type situation?
Yeah, you can do 2x2. It is cramped, but there's enough for 2 people across, not enough for 3.
Cool.
Well, we probably do an adapted version of what our kind of standard way of going through this whole dungeon was. So it'd be like me with one robot, and then Claire and Nona in the middle, and then Red
I
and
would
Rob. I forget
maybe
how we did it.
do Claire and Red in the middle, and then Nona and a robot in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
I'm having Juan in the front and 2 in
Yep.
the back.
Anytime things are uncertain in terms of order or I don't specify, we can just assume that we do it in number order, which is why I named them that.
That does make things easier. Red, do you have any thoughts about all of this?
I love my husband. I love my kids. I can't wait to see them again.
Awesome.
Spend the rest of my life with them.
All right, great.
I
Awesome.
sure will see the sun one more time.
Oh God, he's gonna die in a hole.
So you guys, you're making your way through these twisted passages, occasionally coming across like 1 or 2 Wickliffe employees just milling about, working on some things. And yes, Kirsten is just putting her arm forward as if to like zap with a cattle prod. And that is in fact, indeed what you do. Just making your way through and just zap. Make your way through, zap. So there was
They're
probably
sleepy.
another...
They need a nap.
There's probably another 5 or so that you guys found along the way, just by themselves, doing various things, walking to and from. Every single time didn't really pay you much mind, and then they got zapped and dropped. And then you finally come to a larger part of this particular area. You see a large open area with a lot of activity. There are carts that are... Oh, no. That's...
Wrong room.
No carts.
Hey,
No.
That was
Was
the
there
mine
more
town that you
elephants
came
there?
from.
This
Wait,
is exactly like that.
Pay no attention to that.
Where did those carts go?
Pay no. I wonder.
My vision blurred over. Red passes out.
God damn it.
The older mines are a bit of a maze of tunnels and offshoots. You come across a
There we
central area. This is the right one.
There we go.
That comes
Got
through
it.
when you see a few things.
No carts.
So here and there, you notice some pools of a strong odored liquid that sit on the floor that seem to be coming from small rhythmic droppings in the cave ceiling. There is scaffolding that seems to be haphazardly constructed along the lines of a few of the mine walls, and additionally holding up parts of the ceiling itself. There do appear to be some cracks here and there that are causing the drips to come down. You notice that in the center of this area is a table that is littered with objects and a console that sits next to it that appears to have some kind of laptop-sized device plugged in. In this area, you notice that there are 6 more Wickliffe employees about help putting up the scaffolding here and there, a few kind of like wedging it in between the ground and the ceiling, likely to trying to prevent some kind of cave-in. You notice 2 of those same large, grotesque robots on either side of a man. What does this man look like, you may ask? Well, let me tell you as I scroll to my notes.
I was wondering, actually.
A young man in his prime with wavy gray hair and light blue eyes. He's not actually facing you, but you'll notice the light blue eyes when he does.
Spoilers, Jeff. Spoilers.
They're his selling point.
They are his best feature. Veins of some kind of wire-like cybernetic bulge out of his arms, neck, and shoulders. A flame seemingly coming out of his hands lights the room as he playfully shapes it, and moves it from hand to hand.
This is
And he
important
appears-
shit he was doing.
Yeah, right. He's overseeing goddamn
you
middle
haven't-
management.
Hey, Ernst, see what I can do.
My job is so important.
You didn't let me finish. He appears to be directing the few Wickliffe employees in constructing this makeshift scaffolding to prevent this cave-in.
Goddamn middle management. That's all I have to say about
Hey,
it.
man, they need some oversight. They're just mindless drones.
No,
that are
you know what
And
they
whose
controlled.
fault
need-
is that?
The real enemy was capitalism.
And that's kind of what you guys see right now. What do you want to do?
Are there any guns lying around?
Besides this one I'm holding.
Float those all out of the room again.
You do notice that on the table there is a combat shotgun in addition to a small armory, not like just like those gun racks that have a couple more of those shotguns, couple as in 2, just lined up against it. But Emmanuel is at the table right now, barking those orders here and there.
So he's sitting at that same table next to.
He's
those-
standing at the table.
Standing at
Yeah.
the table.
He's
I
not
see.
sitting. He's a stander.
Cool.
Sitting is the new smoking. Did you know that?
He does.
He does.
He's on top of all the new trends.
You give him a standing desk because it's important for your.
He's one of those.
All right. Sorry, I'm derailed.
There's a
us.
little
What do you guys
treadmill
want
next
to
to
do?
him.
Anyway,
Mostly leave, but
so that's like in the middle of this open space, more or less. Are there like shadows around the side? How
There's-
much could we plausibly get in?
There's some scaffolding that has some like makeshift walls, almost like not cardboard, but like plywood leaned up against it, making like little tunnels. They wouldn't necessarily be good for defense, but for obscuring your location, they'd be pretty decent. You could probably only get within, I would say, 25 or maybe 30 meters, but then it's pretty open. You're probably about, 40, 45 right now away. The scaffolding is kind of makeshift across like the entire area.
Could I ask one more question?
Yeah, what's up?
Taking a closer look, if I'm able to just like try and see what's on the table in front of him beyond kind of the big shotgun, could I make out anything else that he has there, like maybe an ID badge?
Yes, so you notice on the table that's lit by a manual, you see a couple of demo charges. Additionally, a couple actually, to nondescript stims that you can't quite make out. The combat shotgun, a few papers, and then additionally an ID card.
Okay. So what I want to do is wait for a moment when it looks like he's distracted, barking orders, looking somewhere else, and then try and yoink the badge with telekinesis.
I actually have a suggestion for you.
Go ahead.
I don't know exactly how your telekinesis works, but could you shift one of the posts that are holding up? I'm not talking about rip it out completely, but like make it look like, oh no, this one might be slipping. Just get a little bit of a like, oh no, stuff's about to collapse kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. I should be able to do that. Can lift and manipulate objects up to 400 kilograms as if with two hands. And I can also, if I wanted to, smash a human-sized hole in light wooden structures, which a post would probably be. Not that I want to do that, but...
400 kilograms is nearly 900 pounds.
Yeah, that's how we got all those guns that one time.
Yeah, I would say this is at the limit of what you can do. But since the posts... You wouldn't be able to take the full like load-bearing one, but one of the supporting ones you could absolutely do.
Yeah, because I don't want to like pick it up and spin it around. I just want to
nudge it. I figured like shift it enough that it kind of like maybe causes a little bit of noise and crunching and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just do that, right?
I can, yeah. I have
describe to me what you're doing. So we've got a couple of these posts that are holding up this area.
Yeah, I have one of my level ups allows me to do manipulation as much as I want. Without
I love this power.
And so yeah, I'm gonna try and the supporting post, one that I'm able to get some hold on, that's farthest away from us, kind of on the other side, that would make Emmanuel look the other way. I want to try and grab with my telekinesis invisibly because we're trying to be stealth. And yeah, I want to push on the top part of it enough that it like destabilizes it, but hopefully, since it's not a core load bearing one, it's not going to bring the entire ceiling down.
Okay.
But yeah, like make some noise, hopefully draw attention that needs to be fixed.
Okay.
That is my intention.
All right. I'm going to make you make a skill check for this to see how well this goes. Because I like it. But I don't...
decide.
I don't know. So I'm going to let the dice decide. Because when in doubt, let the dice decide. So you're making a constitution, probably telekinesis check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just roll con telekinesis.
Yeah. I believe that is...
Sweet.
Yeah, do that.
I think this will
Excellent.
be the most numbers I get to add on any skill check I've ever made. 10.
Okay. So you pick out a particular post. Like you can quickly go through and kind of inherently know just through your like your ability how heavy things generally tends to be and whether or not you can move them, and you like press on them just mentally little by little, and then you
like
find
playing
a good
Jenga.
one. Like a little bit, yeah. You're playing Jenga and you press one and it's like, ooh, that one feels good. And you give it just a really solid push. And just you hear a crack as the post falls down and the cracks in the ceiling get a little bit larger. A few more drops of that odor start to drop down more and more. It not even like a drip anymore, but even almost like a small constant stream at this point. And Emmanuel immediately looks up and puts away his fire, closes his fists around it, and starts shouting orders. In fact, looks over to one of the robots to him and says, "Can you put that back up, please?" And just like pointing at a few of the other Wickliffe employees and asking them to, well, not really asking them, ordering them to shore up that breakage. And he actually steps away from the desk momentarily to help in this ordeal. And you just then wants to yoink.
Yep, I would like to yoink the ID badge.
Okay. You do that. There's no roll that is necessary with it. You do that. Hold on. I do want to say there is the other robot that is still there standing by the table.
Okay.
Are you going to do this with the robot being there? It is a virtual
VI.
intelligence.
Did establish it was
theoretically.
VI.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I will. I think that's the best opening that we're going to reasonably get.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you take this ID badge and start floating it towards you. It's not super fast, right?
No, it's, I think, 20 meters per 6 seconds. It's not super fast.
So like 3 meters every second.
Yeah.
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said that at some point in the past. So I vaguely have an idea. And that's not that fast.
Well,
8
it's
to
all
9
about
feet, right?
I mean, it's
Per
not
second.
that slow. It's all right.
It's not the speed of someone running.
No.
It's probably the speed of someone
speed walking.
speed walking.
Yes.
Well,
I can move things at
walking.
about the speed of speed walking.
So a couple things are going to happen. let me make a check real quick. But in all likelihood, something's going to happen.
Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, it actually doesn't.
Nothing happens. Everybody watches this
Never
paper.
mind.
Screw your combat.
Yeah. I gave him a chance to notice that this was happening, and he rolled frickin' snake eyes. So he doesn't.
He
let the
watches
dice. This is why we do this. We let the dice decide. And it decided today that my very intricate combat that I had planned right now isn't going to happen.
Red's thinking, wow, this is the easiest job I've ever taken.
Yeah.
I was a little worried when they
There was
when they
two of
took
those
specifically
robots,
me.
but-
We got to get you home safe, Grandpa. We're not going to let you die here.
So despite being right next to this thing that is just floating away, it must have looked over towards the rest of the commotion, awaiting any orders, and was too focused on that to notice that there is just a small ID badge that is floating away from him. And after a few seconds, because you are more than 20 meters away, you place it into your hand and you have obtained it.
I'm going to victoriously sort of float and twirl it right above my hand with my normal like yellow effect before retreating back into the hole. Da-na-na-na.
That went a lot better than I thought it would.
Don't be bitter, Claire. Jeff.
Roll to see if somebody heard Claire.
With disadvantage.
Damn it, Claire.
Okay, great.
High five just a little bit too loud.
The clap starts like just a cave in.
It echoes everywhere.
All right, cool.
And you have obtained an ID badge.
Can I see whose name is on it?
It is Ernst's badge.
Wicked. Let's go back.
Yeah, we go back.
I'm realizing that you never get to see the beautiful blue eyes of Emmanuel. Don't you want to see the beautiful blue eyes of Emmanuel?
That's true.
No.
Damn it. Anyway, you guys go back.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
No,
He's not real. Jeff. It doesn't
The
exist.
robots are scared. If you wanted us to see his beautiful blue eyes, you would have made him fall for a terrible, terrible ambush plan.
There was a reasonable plan, and you rolled well. Anyway, and one person rolled very poorly. Anyway, you guys get back. You walk by all of the bodies that you've shocked on the way here, a total of 15. And you
That's right.
That's a pretty good day's work.
it's a pretty good day's work. You're doing the Lord's work by shocking all of these helpless Wickliffe
I
employees.
sure hope I get overtime for all this shocking.
And so I'm going to shift real quick back to Ernst, Alex, 3, and 4. Alex, can you make a wisdom notice check, please?
Mm-hmm.
Also, can you explain a little bit to me what you are doing as you're watching over Ernst?
Alex is when we split up, Alex walks back into the room and he goes, "Oh well, Ernst, I guess it's just you and me.
No.
For just no, it's all right. And the robots, 3 and 4.
Oh.
Well, there's only 2 of them, but those 2 are 3 and 4. It's confusing, I know. Great. And then Alex like taps his legs a little bit and goes, "Do you mind if I have a seat?"
He just kind of shrugs.
Great. 3, can you go get me a chair? Is that how this works?
At 3 then stands up and, well, I guess it wasn't sitting down. It just goes and gets a chair. Yeah.
Convenient. Okay, great. Cool. So, Ernst, I have a question.
Oh.
Because you're not the first, honestly, family of fanatics that I've met, and not even the first family of fanatics that believe themselves and or are striving to be better than everybody else and kind of, transcend humanity. So, yeah, you're not even special in that regard, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. You don't have a little fan club or anything about people who are just trying to, like, do terrible shit to be better?
No.
You don't have, like, a
No.
Narcissist Anonymous? Or Narcissist, I guess, out and loud and just totally happy to be that because you're narcissistic?
No.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I'm just keeping an eye on you then.
Can you make a wisdom notice check, please?
Yeah. Wisdom notice. I roll 3d6 and drop the lowest.
Oh, I would like that power, please.
Alex is the good one for this.
It's good. That's why we left him.
12.
Okay. So going back a little bit earlier, there was another failed wisdom notice check. Well, failed. There was an attempt, but it got distracted by a phone text. You notice almost imperceptibly, a little too late, his shoulder seems to be going up and down. And I'm going to need you to roll for initiative. He's not going to get a surprise round on you because he breaks out. And as he stands up, you notice that his hand has been replaced with a blade.
Sure.
He is still gagged.
Would you like me to roll for the robots? Or do you want to just attach them to Alex?
Kirsten and Philip,
You.
please be 3 and 4.
Sure. You
Roll
want
for-
3 or you want 4?
They're your robots. You get to pick.
You want shooty or you want some shooty, some stunny? I'll
Well, he
take 3, you
didn't
take
do-
4.
Great. Didn't do well.
Here, we can
Come
share.
on, man.
Oh, you have a whole piece of paper.
Yes, this one's you. And this one is me.
Okay. Ernst got a mighty 2.
Alex got a 3.
Oh.
Oh yeah, are we rolling initiative separate?
Yes, roll
Okay.
for initiative
Cool.
as well. I don't feel the need to take out.
Initiative is a D8
D8.
plus dexterity, right?
It is plus dexterity. What is dexterity on? Am I blind? Where is-
Yeah, sorry. Skills you get +1.
Cool. Okay, so
So-
that's 6 for number 4.
And that's 6 for number 3 as well.
6 for 4 and 3.
Yep. I believe in that case 4
would be
will go
go
slightly
for-
faster just because 4 is better.
Yep. So 4 and 3 notice this as he has the rope sort of fall down and he starts to lunge at Alex. 4, your go first. He's not Ernst is already not doing well. But I would assume Kirsten / Nona, in this particular case, they would just fire to kill, you would assume, correct?
That would be my thought. And
That's the default? Okay.
I would assume since they're acting here, we're gonna have to get a little bit hand wave you with it because
They're acting in defense of
they're
Alex.
acting in defense of Alex, and that's just sort of a standard. If you see danger, take action kind of thing. And we might need to discuss this at a later date because that might be giving them a little bit too much power. But this is fun. So let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think automatically, unless they're told specifically not to kill him, they're going to.
Mm-hmm. Number 4 will wheel on the enemy and shoot at it in the body.
Yeah.
Blood.
Roll to hit.
Not great. 7.
7 does not hit.
Shoot, attack plus 2.
Shoot. Okay, so 8.
8 does not hit.
Cool.
3.
Don't know how far across the room I am, but definitely attempting to put myself between Alex and the blade.
Okay.
And then also gonna just extend because the zapping's been working so great.
Yeah, the stun baton.
I'm going to attempt to stun baton him because I think being between those two puts me in melee range. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that trying to move yourself in between that because he is Ernst is closing in on Alex.
Yeah. I'm just like straight between the two. Okay. That is a 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
And I do 1d8 stun damage.
Right, which would not kill him. Much to his chagrin.
That is a 4.
Okay. He is still up, but barely. Alex, it's your go.
Alex pulls out a flash grenade, closes his eyes,
And-
tosses it right in front of him, and falls back because he's sitting in the chair. So he's just gonna fall straight back
Mm-hmm.
and lay down on the ground.
That requires a saving throw?
I think so.
Yes. And if he fails the saving throw, do you remember what we were doing for this? I can't remember the exact text. I think if he just fails, he's stunned for a round. And if he doesn't, nothing happens.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
Okay. He did not fail.
Cool.
it succeeded even.
He succeeded even. And then goes, and now his go, and he goes to stab at the 3 that has gotten in between him.
Yeah, get it, 3.
And attacks twice with this cyberware blade.
Cool.
9 to
Does
hit
not hit.
and a 24 to hit.
That one will, yes.
20 on the die. That's probably not going to be too much. 5 damage.
All right. I'm still up.
And you hear almost like an annoyed grunt, the fact that this robot has stepped in between him and who he was going for. 4 gets to go again and is outside of melee range right now.
Okay, shoot with gun.
Gun him down.
If
Again?
You
I
need
got
a
an...
better D20. That's the same.
Come on. Yeah, okay, I got an 8 again.
That does not hit.
Your robot sucks, Kirsten.
Your dice suck.
3.
Right. Yeah, same thing. Why not? We're in melee range. No, that's not gonna do it. That is a 6. Woo.
6 does not hit.
Crazy.
And then Alex, once again.
all right, Alex is gonna take a shot.
Okay.
Are you trying to do non-lethal?
No,
Cool.
So I think that we've said that would
Disadvantage.
it was disadvantage,
Yeah.
not just -4. That makes sense.
I
7.
thought it was disadvantage.
7 does not hit. So he continues to dig his cyberware blade into 3, I think that is in front of him. 13 to hit.
No,
That's a 23 to hit.
that will hit.
It's 4 damage.
It is destroyed. Dead.
All right. Back at the top of the order. 4. It's now your go.
I really mean it this time.
6.
6. 2 less than last time.
That still doesn't hit.
Amazing.
I get what right. This one can't do melee, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what if the robot would jump in the way of Alex or not.
I mean, kind of up to you. Probably, if I was doing it, probably yes. Even if that's going to cause a...
All right. Yeah. Reasonable. If they're playing kind of defense, then sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Then, 4 will jump in the way.
And then Alex.
Take another shot. Not one.
Amazing.
Wow.
Oh, no. It's not going well. He's going to start digging into this last robot.
All right. I will...
Oh, no.
13 to hit.
Nope.
And then another 13 to hit.
No.
This is the leader bot, so a little bit tougher than this the past one. 4, it's your go again. This is your time, 4.
I mean, I don't actually know if 4 can do anything.
What kind of gun does 4 have?
You can club up your weapon.
Okay.
Okay, because it would be...
He had like a combat shotgun or something like that.
I don't think it's a shotgun. I think it's a... Hold up, I can tell you.
It's the rifle.
But it's a large gun.
It's a large gun, I'm
but
pretty
you
sure.
can club it up and then use it as a makeshift medium weapon, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a submachine gun.
Okay, so a small weapon. What did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Amazing.
A 10 overall?
Yeah.
Overall.
That does not hit.
Okay, I'm going to use my other D20 from now on.
Yeah, probably. Good plan.
How many? This is the 4th
4?
round.
Yeah.
All right. So Alex, it's your go again.
All right, here we go. 10.
Amazing.
This guy's untouchable.
10 doesn't hit.
He doesn't have like super awesome AC.
No, we just
We're
are
just
rolling
rolling
rocks.
bad.
He's a man possessed.
That's how it goes.
Well, now it's his turn to roll back. A 6 does not hit and a 5 does not hit.
Oh my god. Okay.
A 1 and a
It's been here
2.
for a
All
while.
right, come on, guys. We can finish this
Getting
combat.
ridiculous.
I'm already
honestly.
dead.
So this is the
Roll.
top.
This is kind of sad.
Nona, Micah, Claire, Red hear a commotion as they return, and they are currently down, coming through the opening of the overseer's office. That is all right now. But at the next round, if we get to a next round, you guys will be able to act.
They just walk in on just
4.
them going and like slap fighting each other.
4, it's your go.
Gun.
Pistol whip.
All right, 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Yes!
Woo, let's go.
Hit him with gun.
So what? 1d8 plus 1.
That's the damage when you fire the gun.
Oh, right. So what's club up?
A D6 because you're using it as a
Oh, wait,
medium.
and also, wait,
medium
so-
primitive.
medium.
What's my attack modifier if I'm clubbing up the weapon?
I don't think you probably get.
So then-
you would be the damage I think that you get.
Well, because I was adding the +2 for shoot,
That's
which would be
true,
incorrect.
which
So I
is
rolled
not.
12 on the die.
Does 12 hit?
If I'm clubbing up. And
Wait,
there's-
do you not get the +2 to hit?
Because
that's for-
you should
that's
always-
shooting.
But you should always get the attack
Okay,
bonus.
cool.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
That's
perfect.
just how these things work. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. So what's my
They
damage then?
get a flat bonus
I
depending on
Think
no
it's
matter what they get.
D6.
D6. Okay.
That's what we were saying. A medium
well, so
primitive
it's actually
weapon.
if it's a submachine gun, that's actually it'd probably be a small primitive weapon, right?
Oh, is it not two-handed?
It's a submachine. Oh, I guess it might be. Yeah. So that's 1d8 actually.
Because otherwise you could be shooting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
almost the
1d8.
same as shooting.
Yeah, but you'd be disadvantaged.
Minimum damage.
Yeah, 1 plus. Do I add a modifier on that or
It
just?
I
should
don't
be
think
the.
so.
Do you not have a damage modifier? I have damage modifiers.
I don't know. I don't-
We normally don't get this far.
Yeah.
All right, it doesn't matter.
Fine.
That's enough to.
He had one
Effectively.
HP left.
I mean, the first hit
Fantastic.
took 4 from him, and he was already downed once.
Okay.
There's a large thump that is heard from the overseer's office after a couple thwacks. Ernst is on the floor, and well,
Technically, we clubbed him so he could just be out again.
well, I think it was intending to. Well,
That's fair.
It's a robot intending to.
yeah,
So.
Yeah.
that's fair. He can
Kill.
be dead.
Theoretically,
Murder.
Alex could stabilize him, but he is currently unconscious and dying.
Cool.
Everyone else arrives back at the
Cool.
scene with seeing that 3 has several stab marks in him. 4 is standing in front of a bleeding out Ernst. And that's what people come back to.
Cool.
Alex.
Hey, it's all under control. He had a knife.
And as you point to the knife, his entire hand is the knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
One thing, actually, from just a quick glance now that you're out of the adrenaline-filled combat that was slapping each other back and forth
with bullets.
with bullets, is you notice that there is a sheen on that weapon that possibly it was poisoned in some way.
Yeah, robots, get it.
Okay.
I would like to briefly survey, see that Alex is in no danger, and then I'm going to go over to 3 and claim the stun baton. Can I do that?
Yes.
Cool. I do that then.
You all right, Alex?
Yeah.
You need a hand up from on the floor?
No, I can get up.
All right.
I didn't. Did you guys send the text? I didn't. He looks at the compad.
Oh, right. We were supposed to text.
Did
So
you
anyway,
get-
we're here now.
Did you get the card?
Yep.
We did not
Sound
get
good.
the other man's compad, though.
That's okay.
Also, the tunnels here might be slightly less structurally sound than they were before. But all in all, I would argue an adequate trade-off.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
good.
but
We're not going to be here.
Yeah, that guy is not dead though, so be aware of that if he comes around looking later. But we got the card, so we can go on up.
What should we do with him? Red points to Ernst on the ground. If Emmanuel comes back and sees that, he'll know we're here.
Oh, you might also figure out something from the color bot being trashed.
You know? Fair enough.
The time for being subtle is over.
Do we just start making
Yeah.
a mad rush then?
I would.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to tie him up again or just leave him to die? We can leave him to die. We gave him
You
a
can't.
shot.
You can't. We can't do it now that you said it.
I'm sorry.
You brought it up.
You brought it up. Now we can't. Now we can't. Oh,
Curse my limited conscience.
okay. Let's see.
I mean, he did try to stab you after we left him alive. We could just.
Can I take his knife hand? Because if we tie him up with more rope, he's still got a knife hand.
You can take his knife hands.
I-
You can, yeah. You that is it's cybernetics. You can. Probably
Yeah, I
remove
don't
that.
want to I don't want to like cut a man's
Hold on,
arm
just-
off.
There's a meat
but-
cleaver right
Do we have
there.
a really
It's true.
strong magnet?
Like
We
a
just
really
nailed
strong
it.
I don't think you have a very strong magnet.
Well, because we also discussed this before, and we said EMPs don't
Using
really
a medic
work
tool
on-
would probably effectively be able to remove that.
Okay,
from
I would
him.
like to take away that as his weapon.
So
Okay,
this man is
Dying.
on
That's
death's
correct.
doorstep
Mhm.
right now. Are you guys doing anything?
Yeah,
to stop
Alex
that?
is gonna. This is like head trauma, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do medkit things.
Okay.
A heal.
I'm gonna say stabilizing mortal wounds. This is why you have DM screens.
Yeah.
I need an int or dex heal skill check.
Okay, when rolling heal skill checks, roll 3d6 and drop the lowest.
And I'm gonna say it's been around since you knocked him.
That was 8.
8's not enough. You need a 9.
Oh no.
Another round passes. This is 2 rounds.
Let's try one more time. 9.
You needed a 10.
Okay.
3 rounds have been are now passed. Claire comes up to you and says, "Do you need some help or something?"
No, I just I got it. I fine. It's okay. It's okay. He's all right. And I'll use biopsionics and bring him back up. Is Nona working on his hand this whole time?
Like honestly,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be disconnecting every cybernetic I can kind of get my hands on at this point.
I'm going to say this man has he's going to be out even if you bring him back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
however,
sure.
I don't know how much system strain he has because healing also causes that. But
Oh.
I'm gonna
It's a reasonable question when he's full of
he's full
cybernetics
of cybernetics and drugs. Like,
and drugs.
and drugs.
Yeah, I'm just going to hand wave that.
But if-
I
Yeah,
think
fair
probably because it's as much as like constitution, he has a fairly decent constitution, although it's not like laid out like you guys. So yeah, that is, he can take a little bit more, but he's quite up to the brim right now.
Like you save his life and
If
then his
I
liver
can't-
immediately explodes.
He's got a cybernetic eye. Yeah,
that's all right.
Does he have a cybernetic eye?
I can't remember. I thought he did.
Yes, amber cybernetic eyes.
That's right.
He wears military cargo pants.
I'm not
and a
interested
Moonless
in
Sky
the pants.
manufacturing t-shirt.
You can keep those.
He plays with a modified hand, opening to reveal some kind of weapon before quickly closing it again. So, are you going to take his eyes too?
If I can without damaging him. Otherwise, I would
I need to get at the
damaging
head. I'm currently trying to.
No.
I'm currently working on his head.
No, I'm sorry.
Don't take his
My
eye.
intention before we leave is to, at the very least, bork them up so that it's hard as possible for this person to accomplish things.
We can blindfold him.
Yeah, like
Or you can blind him.
Or we can blind him.
We can fold his eyes in on themselves.
the hand is one thing. Take the hand. That's dangerous. But he can have his eyes.
Maybe
You know?
they're lasers. Maybe Alex will
They
do the
could be.
biopsionics.
So I will say, taking apart this weapon, you actually notice that he has multiple things in here. He has this blade that has this very sickly sheen to it almost.
Right.
As well as a submachine gun as well that you're not entirely sure, one, how that fits in there, or two, where the ammunition comes from.
Of course.
But
Ammunition stored in the balls.
it sure is. And so these aren't things that you would necessarily be able to use right now, but you could theoretically, because they're meant to be attached to something, but
Sure.
you could add them to someone else if you wanted to, or like add the necessary, handles or stuff in order
Sure.
for it to be held.
The biggest thing here is just
Removing it. I'm fully aware.
because he was dangerous, then we made him not dangerous and we tied him up, and then he almost killed Alex, and for some reason we are still intent on saving this man's life, which no one has explained to me, so I'm not really sure why.
I was just asking.
So
I don't care.
I'm going to make him as least of a threat as possible.
All right. Yeah, that's perfect. And after you do that, Red says, I'm going to try to do those knots again, and takes the rope and ties him up to, are you guys tying to the same chair?
Yeah.
You stay there.
This time. It wasn't the chair that was the problem.
No, it was the knife in the hand that was the
Knife in
problem.
hand. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's
Cool.
all done. And what do you guys do now?
Y'all are gonna make me leave his eyes, huh?
Yes.
Yes, but I will put the sock back in his mouth.
The sock has not
He
left
never
his mouth.
took it
Oh,
off.
he never. That's
He was,
right.
he was gonna be like,
I'm telling you, he's
he was
into
gonna
it.
stab Alex and then
I'm
tear
like-
it off and like say something cool. But no, he nearly died with a sock in his mouth.
Well, it's a bad way to
Probably
go.
protected a little bit against a concussion,
He didn't bite off his own tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
important.
That's.
Happy
Anyway, what
for
you guys
him.
are doing? What are you
All
guys
right.
doing now?
Let's-
We're
we-
gonna
I healed him
go
up.
use this key card to go to the next section of the dungeon, please.
He gets 11 HP back.
All right. So you guys, you head down and there's that console there with the laptop sized device kind of plugged into it. Again, nothing that you've seen like this in Nova Voxus, so you're not
Right.
entirely sure what to make of it. But the key card, it's just like an RFC reader. You can tap it and then go. You could theoretically connect to it, Nona, if you wanted to, but it sounds like maybe not.
We decided that this wasn't connected to the rest of Wickliffe, right? So there's not really.
It's controlling some aspects of Wickliffe, but it's not everything.
Sure.
And so that's kind of what these different control modules do. They sometimes are networks that connect to other ones, or sometimes they're the terminals that kind of control various aspects. You would assume this one controls like this particular area. Maybe the lights in here, but definitely the elevator at the very least.
Cool. We would like to get on the elevator, please.
So you guys call the elevator. It is quite a large. It's a freight elevator.
Yeah.
Large enough for the screamers to be carted onto, as well as probably several like large-ish vehicles. Like there's quite a distance. It's probably 30 meters across or something like that. And as you call it, it comes up from over the horizon and comes down in front of you. This is a little bit of a different elevator. It goes up and sideways, and
on the third day, look to the west.
And in the center is another one of these consoles with another one of these pieces of technology attached to it. You step in, I would assume.
Yes, please.
There are various levels that you can hit, but one pops out to you and it says mining hub. That seems to be what other ones connect to, but there's also mining outpost, Gamma, Sigma. You find that you're on mining outpost Zeta Tau right now.
Oh, this one gets 2 letters.
Yeah, it's fancy. And so what button do you press? Please press mining hub.
Yeah.
I realized as I said that
Very subtle.
I don't want to build out the rest of this entire mega structure. You press the mining hub.
There you
Gamma
go.
sounds nice this time of year.
Railroading. Je cute.
Basement 2.
No,
mining
I
hub.
want to go wherever I want.
We
It is
are
a
on a-
sandbox after all.
We are on a
1.
time limit. We are
Men's
going to the
clothing.
mining hub.
All right. And so the large freight elevator door slides down. You know how it has like the closed ones that normally are on elevators, but also like the sliding ones to prevent you from like falling into the cracks and all of that.
Where are you
Nonsense.
talking? Oh, I see.
Yeah, the freight elevators that we sometimes carry things up
Oh,
onto.
sure.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
just doing
no, for
stuff.
sure.
And yeah, it's got anyway.
They're really sick.
Yeah, they're big too.
Yeah,
The elevator's
meters.
not straight up and down. As you raise up, you notice that a rail system that the elevator starts to travel along. And on your journey, you see various other mining encampments, assumingly abandoned, assumingly barren after all of the precious metals were extracted. And you continue on your way, and we will continue the rest of this journey next time.
I didn't even
On
say thanks.
Stars Without Number, on 7 Star to the right.
Amazing.
Podcast.
Podcast.
Available on any
now
podcast.
on iTunes, Apple.
Is it?
You bet.
Yeah, on Google,
Amazing.
Spoofy.
At your local library.
Tune in again the week after next week.
You can knock on our door, and I'll hand you the download.
This wasn't a double session, but as we wind out of this, it really has the energy of one. I feel like there's some weird things going on here.
We did it.
Yay!
Jeff just might knock on your door.
Make you fight
out
this
I'm the
really
one that
cool robot fight.
Hey, did you know that I have a podcast?
Four is standing in front of a bleeding out Ernst.
I'm not sure I understand.
Says the robot.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, God. Oh, that's funny.
There's blood on my hands.